Hello everyone and welcome back. Just got back from duck camp earlier today and we had 2 days of hot, humid weather and then the rain set in. And last night it rained all night long. I mean, there was a lot of rain. So then leaving duck camp, had to pick everything up, and then a lot of the stuff is wet or even just damp from all of the humidity prior to that. So, you know, it gets thrown into your truck, it has to come out, has to be opened up and dried out. And I need to just get this stuff out of my truck, so I'm pulling stuff out now, putting it in the garage. I work tomorrow. Tomorrow afternoon I'll come in here and open the rest of the stuff up. Even on the way home, it absolutely poured rain. So stuff that was in the back of my truck, it was already wet. That's why it wasn't covered up, and it got even more wet. So everybody up there, my brother Chris, Teresa, just pretty much just shoving everything wet into their trucks or their vehicles and heading home to open it up and get some fans on it and get it all dried out. You know, that happens. It's not the first time it's happened up there at duck camp. Had a great time. Not many ducks. It's just been too warm. The like ringbills and stuff were not down yet. But, you know, it's all about duck camp, and it was just a fun time. Dad was up there. Yeah, it was fun. Well, that's it for tonight. I'll get the stuff off the trailer tomorrow or the following day. It's supposed to rain all day tomorrow, so this can start to dry out. I need to open up the tent a little better. I actually didn't get that wet inside. That canopy was really wet, so I opened that up right away. Get this cooler inside, get the food put away, and it's going to feel good to sleep tonight. The last 2 mornings for duck hunting, I've got up at 3 in the morning, so you can start to feel it by the second day. Well, it's 2 days later since I got back from the duck camp. Yesterday I worked, and then this morning I had to be at the hospital in Cloquet at 7:45, and they did an MRI on my neck. That's the two things that I am having everything look at, is my hernia, which I don't know when that surgery is going to be, and then my neck. I have a lot of trouble with it right here, and 25 years ago maybe I had a pile of trusses that we're putting on a roof. Anyway, I can't remember exactly how it happened, but the pile flipped and caught me under the chin, whacked my head back so hard I almost passed out. My knees got really weak, and everything went black for a second, and then I regained myself. But now the last 5-6 years it hurts, and some days it gets really bad. So I went in there and they did an x-ray on it when I went in my first time to start the whole thing off with the hernia. And then they got back to me and said, yeah, it's what did they call it? I have arthritic degeneration, and right up in here, and they said I had to get an MRI so they could see, you know, what options they have, if it's going to be a pain management thing or if there's a surgery they can do or whatever. So anyway, I went in and had that done today, and I never have done an MRI. Melissa did not tell me. I mean, I knew I'd have to go into a tube. I did not know I'd have to be in there for 25 minutes. Talk about, oh jeez. Start thinking about those movies, or like, oh, how about the people where there's an earthquake and the buildings collapse and they're stuck under there and they find them like 4 or 5 days later. I would die just from going crazy. I mean, oh yeah, I had to think about other things. And I mean, I had the option where they could have given me a sedative, and but I didn't realize. Melissa and I were talking about it last night, and she said, yeah, she knew I'd have to be in there a while, but she didn't want to tell me because she knew that I would freak out and not get any sleep last night. This probably was smart. But that's done. They'll call me within a week, and I'll go in and they'll tell me what they see. And tonight I just wanted to get some of these tomatoes picked because pretty nice day today. It wasn't raining, so, and it was kind of a little bit of a breeze today, so things are drying out. I thought I would start with aromas today. Melissa likes to use these for all kinds of stuff. Still got the little puppy here. So far, Melissa thinks she wants to keep it. Sometimes Joni gets really sick and tired of playing with her because puppy's got a lot more energy than Joni does. I'm kind of waiting with getting in and setting up the surgery date for the hernia, because until they figure out with my neck, is it something that they're going to want to do surgery on or not? Because with our insurance, we've got a $6,000 deductible that'll renew at the first of the year. So if I just take it halfway easy, or you know, you kind of know how to lift things with the hernia, if they had to do 2 surgeries, at least I would get them all done next year then, so you're only doing 1 deductible instead of getting 1 done this year and then turning around and doing another one next year. It's like throwing $6,000 away. I already brought 1 5-gallon bucket that was heaping over the top inside, and Melissa's washing those and bagging them so I can get them in the freezer. So it looks like we got about 8 gallons of Romas today. That's just Romas. Haven't got down here to the big boys and the early girls, or the beefsteaks and the early girls. I bet you there's going to be another 5 gallons at least of Romas. I mean, the plants are dead, but might as well let them just ripen on the vine. We got some 70s coming later this week even. Average high for this time of year is 62 degrees, and we're going to be up to like 72 and 75 later this week, so it's going to be good for the tomatoes. I just can't believe how many tomatoes we got. We got hardly nothing yet last year that ripened. We had a whole bunch of them like this on the vine. They never ripened before it froze. Melissa had a picture from, I don't know if it was 4 years ago. This was yesterday, and we had snow on the ground. It had a late summer snowfall, the first one of the year. Not this year. These beefsteak and early girls are not as forgiving as the Roma ones are. When they fall off and sit on the ground, they tend to get bugs and rot faster, but I mean, we've got enough tomatoes for a long time. Yeah, a lot of these have, I also see birds in here. Little birds, and they're always hanging around here. They're probably pecking on these things. I guess we have enough for everybody though. That's all I'm going to pick tonight. I can't, it's getting dark, I can barely see it if they're red or not. I got about 4 gallons in there. So what's that, like 8, 12 gallons. And what did we have last time? I think we had 10, something like 12 or 13 gallons last time. Lots of tomatoes. I see we have a bunch of green peppers here that, or a bunch of peppers in general, that need to be picked. Where did I see them? Like there's green pepper down there. I can't hardly see them now. A lot of banana peppers too. Everything's pretty much done. I'm trying to get this all cleaned out here. And then I want to, I guess I can get the pumpkins out of here, pick up all of the acorn squash and get that to my mom and dad. These big ones here, you can use them to make like zucchini noodles, or we just save them and feed them to the chickens. And get this picked up so I can pull this fence and move it back to here, and I'll have all this room this winter to push snow. I ought to do something with that cabbage too. We've used some of them, but we have a lot left. Oh, I just got home from work a little bit ago, a little after 5. And tonight we'll run out and I'm going to pick the acorn squash for my mom and dad and a few other things out of the garden. If it doesn't rain, there have been a few little rain showers that have came through today. I just texted my dad and told him when he's coming home from the cabin he should stop by and grab these 2 boxes. 21 acorn squash. Got some yellow squash in here, a few tomatoes, a couple of muskmelon or cantaloupe, cabbage, and a dozen potatoes in there. My mom's gonna love that. You ready to go inside? Let's go. I didn't film anything yesterday. I worked, and then you have to bear with me. I'm trying to get that duck hunting video finished, and that's the longest one of the year. After work, I did go to Menards, and I picked up wood to build the base of the little woodshed I'm going to do this year. And now it sounds like rain today, a lot of rain later on. I can hear thunder right now, but I don't know that this is really going to hit us much, but later on today it's going to be rainy. Good morning, everybody. Last time I filmed was yesterday. I showed what Melissa made for lunch, which was like chicken tenders or chicken strips and mashed potatoes and peas. And then we made like a copycat Cane's sauce. It was really good. Anyway, I haven't been filming a whole lot this whole week because, like I think I said before, I've been doing the duck hunting video, and I got that finished and uploaded last night, and that is just like the biggest video I do all year. But I want to get started on this woodshed. It's never going to get done. So on this woodshed, I want to start it right now and get working on it. It's been long enough. And right now it's going to be windy today, so I'll just try to explain it a little bit. I have the camper blocking the wind. And I talked to the lady that's buying the camper, Terry, and they're planning on coming up within the next 2-3 weeks. I got a hold of her last night, or she got a hold of me on something, and then we talked for a while. And I got deer hunting coming up in a month. And then I'm going to want to go up there and do deer stand weekend and everything. And then we also have winter time coming, so pretty soon I'm going to have to winterize this, get the slide in, and then if they come up and get it after that, then they're going to have to deal with icy roads. So anyway, she had long COVID, so she was sick for quite a while, and now sounds like they'll be up in the next 2-3 weeks. So then this will be out of here before winter, or I don't have to move it somewhere else. But on the woodshed, still really not sure what it is that I want because I haven't done one yet. So what I'm going to build right now is a 12 by 16. I'm just going to go up with, like an 8-foot wall on one side, 7-foot wall on the other side, slope ceiling, have an opening to run in the wood. And I'm going to put it on this with a green bottom. And I explained this in another video, but I want to make this so that I can hook the tractor up to it next spring and yank it out of here. Just pull it back over by where we do the wood, empty of course, and then next fall drag it back over here again and set it up, because we have enough buildings on the property right now and it starts to feel closed in, kind of like the green grass here in the summertime and everything, just not a blocked view. So I'm going to do that right now, and I don't even know if I'm going to put the metal roof on it this year or if I'm going to frame it for it and put a tarp over it, because what if I want to do 2 buildings this same size? This is not going to hold enough wood for the whole entire winter. But if I build one that can hold enough wood for the whole entire winter, I'm not going to be able to move it. So I'm just kind of figuring stuff out, what it is that I want and what we both decide will work good. So I'm going to get started with this, and we'll get this up so I can get wood in it, because last year, 3 weeks or 3.5 weeks from now is when I fired up the boiler, and then it ran for 7 months. Once I get this up, I'll be able to fill it full of wood, and I'm also going to stack wood on the outside of it, because in the shoulder season, in the fall, we didn't get really any super heavy snow until December next year, and it's just not bad at first. I can grab the wood from the outside and put it in the boiler, and then as winter progresses, go to the inside. And then I do expect that I'll have to fill it up again in the wintertime, but at least I only have to do that one time. And I'm going to try to set this, it's not going to be out here. I'm going to bring it back so it's more even with the boiler, maybe out a little bit, because once I get rid of some of the fence on the garden, because I don't know if it was in this video or not, but we're moving it back, and then we're just going to extend the garden this way. I will be able to push snow here much easier. It's hard to get around with the tractor or anything and come around here and then push, because that's a big machine. Anything that you would plow snow with except for the four-wheeler, but the four-wheeler can't push 18 inches of snow. Anyway, it'll be easier for me to come through here with the tractor and push snow if I keep it back. If I bring it out over here, which would be nice for putting wood in the boiler, then I'm still kind of fighting with the snow removal. Everything I think of on this is with the snow. Yeah, once it snows out, life gets at least 50% harder. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking about here. So I'm going to set it here. I want enough room between the two so that I can run my tractor in between here for snow removal. So I'll probably start it somewhere right in here. I'd say I got pretty lucky there. Now I have the foundation set, level and square, but when building it, you know, it has to be level and square for me to be able to make everything work. So I had to block up because this thing's going to have tons of weight in it. So I needed support where it's off the ground, and it had to be little pieces except for like the long one that goes across in the middle. Everything will slide on that when I pull it, but the little ones to make up the difference had to be something that can just fall away when I pull, otherwise that's going to be holding me back. Next year when I bring it in, it won't matter. This whole building can sit 2 inches out of level. It's not going to make any difference. It'll be on solid ground then, but to build it, I can't do it that way. And as you can see, I'm screwing everything together because if I don't like it, I can unscrew it, you know, just disassemble it and build something else. If I nail it, it gets to be a lot more complicated. Halfway done with the deck. I was just in there talking to Melissa. She's making red beans and rice today, and she just took the cornbread out of the oven, so won't be too long. It'll be time to eat. Gonna go grab another piece of plywood.
Screaming for them to bring me the fire.
Okay everyone, well thanks a lot for watching. That's all I got in me today. I'll pick up some sheeting for the side walls and the back wall. Get this finished up and then run the every 2 feet front to back. I'll run runners across the top of there, getting it set up for metal roof. Like I said, I may just tarp that roof this winter. We'll see. I'm just not real sure. I was talking to Melissa earlier. This will hold, if I were to stack this totally full, it'll hold about 11 cord. I'll probably get about 10 cord in there. Last year I think we burned about 20 cord. I'll be able to stack a couple of cord right out here underneath the extended roof. So it'll be pretty nice, but if this works out really good, I could just build a second one next year, drag 2 of them over here, fill them up. There's all my wood. In the springtime, as soon as things dry up, hook the tractor on, drag them back to the back pasture where I don't have to see them. That would work really good. But until I go through a winter with this, I'm not going to know. So what did we do in this one? We picked stuff out of the garden and started the woodshed. That's what I'm going to call it. I'm going to sleep like a baby tonight. I'm still recovering from duck camp last weekend. The high today was 75. Tomorrow is predicted to be 80. The day after that, 83. By the end of this week, high of 47. It's coming fast. I will see you guys on the next video. Beauty. What are you doing? Come on.